Hello everyone, it's Diane. I have a journal to show you that I made for a custom order. After my recent haul video where I showed a lot of books that I purchased, one of my viewers contacted me and requested a journal made with this book cover and with this book cover. And she told me what she likes. And so I got one of them done, and we decided between the two of us that this book had a cleaner look to it. It is vintage and it does have some wear and tear, but I wanted to make this without coffee dyed paper, and she agreed to that. And I said it would still have a vintage feel to it. So she said she likes botanicals, and she likes a lot of vintage and things like that. So, and doilies and laces. I decided to go more with the botanical look for this book, and this one will have more vintage pieces in it. So let's just take a look. This, I didn't measure it again, 4.5 by a little over 6.5, 6 3/4. So it's a little book. I love it. I love its compact size. And it had a beautiful spine, which I kept intact because it was in pretty good shape. I only glued a few rosettes on it where it had the title of the book. And this was a biography of Benjamin Franklin. So I wanted to keep the rest of the spine visible because it was beautiful. And after I decorated the cover, I realized that I made it awkward for a closure with this little piece here. It's a metal filigree with a peach-colored flower, plastic flower glued onto it. So I just used some seam binding to tie around it as a closure. It has two signatures. There's only a 1-inch spine, so there's just 2 signatures. I glued on this pretty doily and this little cutout from a Kate Greenaway book called The Language of Flowers, which I thought was appropriate for a book with botanical images in it. And then this is a Tim Holtz chipboard quote, "Remember the now," and I peeled it so it wouldn't be so thick. And inside I left the end papers because they were so pretty, and I just had to put some craft cardstock to cover the spine where I had taken the book block out, and then I put on this crocheted lace, and this book belongs to. So the first signature has this pretty green paper. There's a lot of greens in this book because of the colors of the cover. This is cut from a botanical, it's from a Natural World book, and it's vintage, these daisies. And then I made this little tag and stamped some leaves on it. And it's a tuck spot here. And I folded the page over to form a pocket, and I stitched on some trim. And my friend Julie, who had, if you saw the big box of goodies she sent me a while back, vintage goodies, she sent me another envelope just last week, or maybe the week before, with some, not vintage, but some really nice embellishments. They may be, some of them may be Cavallini and Company. I don't think this is. I don't think I still have the little packaging that it came with, but really nice things, and they were perfect for this with the botanical look. So Julie, if you're watching this, you'll see a lot of the pieces that you just sent me. This is a free printable from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. After I had completed this book, I was organizing some things in my craft room. I need to clear some things out and get things better organized, especially my books and magazines and things that I've cut out for various purposes. I have a hard time finding what I want. But in doing that, last night I found that Kate Greenaway Language of Flowers book. It's just a small little book. This is the size of the page. I just trimmed off the rough edge where I tore it out. So that's where this image came from, and there I put several of the pages in the book because it's perfect for a botanical book. So I put the title page in here, and then this cute little image. You can journal on the blank parts or just leave it as it is. And then because I didn't do coffee dyeing on the plain white paper, I did do some stenciling and a little stamping, but you can journal right over that. There's some more. This is more light. And then this is from the pilot's logbook that I have because it's green. I'm almost out of this paper. I think I only have 2 sheets left. And there's one of the stickers that Julie sent. And here's a doily. She said she likes doilies. And then this was what Julie sent also, this little flag, and I loved it. Follow Your Bliss. Combined it with a scrap paper for a pennant. And then this is from Tsunami Rose. There's a sticker there. And from Tsunami Rose, I think. This is from the same botanical book that the daisies came from. It's not just a botanical book. I showed it in the same haul that I showed this book in. It's a natural world book. So it's a book that has bugs and spiders and reptiles in it too, in addition to mammals and birds and foliage and flowers. So I included that. And this is a pocket here, and this is made with the front page that would have been here. It's the same print as this, so I doubled it because it is a vintage book and I wanted it to be a little more sturdy. So I used both the front and the back page to make pockets. And then this is a Tim Holtz butterfly, 7 Gypsies tag that I've had for quite some time. And another Kate Greenaway page. It has a list of plants and flowers and what they symbolize. So a cactus symbolizes warmth. I would not have thought that. A yellow carnation symbolizes disdain. So there's a whole list here. It runs from cabbage to coxcomb amaranth. So that's fun. That'll be fun to read. It does fit in there, I promise. There it goes. Some more stenciling. And this is a page from a children's dictionary. And this was a section on flowers. And on the back we have a fox and free. Some vintage ledger paper. Another piece of vintage ledger which someone sent to me. This is tiny grid paper. It's not ledger, it's grid. And this is from Tsunami Rose. I took this blue lined paper and took 2 of these images from Tsunami Rose and stitched them to this page and then did some stamping. And there's the center of the signature. Here's the other side of that dictionary page. It has a flap here and the rest of the flowers. This one has a Tim Holtz embellishment here and a little flip up. I did stitch this little egg sticker and some fibers here, but you can journal around that. And it's a little pocket. So this came from another children's dictionary, a little golden book, a very old one. And it has tree on one side and turtle on the other. And this is also a Tim Holtz embellishment. I did stitch some trim to this little piece from the book. There's a doily stitched to the top here, and another banner that Julie sent me with a bumblebee on it. I love that. I like the design. I like the size and shape of this banner and this design around it and the bumblebee itself. I just thought that looked so cool. And the pilot's logbook, some more stenciling, and another pocket here with another disc from Julie. This is, I was at Walmart and they have the school supplies out already, and I went to grab index cards because I needed some more index cards for my Bible verses that I write on them. And when I grabbed the pack, I realized they weren't index cards. They were a pack of graph ruled cards. I can't wait to try copy dyeing them and see what happens if the lines run or whatever, what they look like. But anyway, I bought 2 packs because they were only 48 cents and there's 100 in there. So I distress inked the edges and did a little stamping on that one. And this is another free printable from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. This is from a vintage children's book, A Lady Tending Her Garden. I love that picture. and I glued it to a little piece of scrapbook paper, and then just kind of trimmed it in an arc. I just hand cut that, so it's probably not perfectly symmetrical. And then this is a tag I've made with a scrap of paper that I've had for quite a while. And then the second signature has this floral die cut from Tim Holtz, glued on as a tuck spot in a little tag with some stamping. It's kind of refreshing doing things with white elements instead of coffee dyed. Sometimes you need a break from the coffee dye. There's another circle embellishment, and this came from Julie also. It's one of those petal cards. Just for some interest, I stitched around this inner square. I don't know if you can see that. And these two squares that go inside it, I stitched around them also, and they can be journaled on the back. And I used distress ink around the edges of both the envelope and the little cards. And that gets tucked in here. And another Kate Greenaway page. She's crying. I'm trying to see what the flowers symbolize. One of them symbolizes crime. I declare war against you. Oh, yeah, there's reason to cry here. Neglected beauty. Old age and revenge. And there's more here. Interesting. I wonder who decided what flowers represent. There's another bee. Some seam binding there. There's another page from the natural book. And another banner from Julie, and I added this banner made from a scrap. And Tsunami Rose. And then this page came from the Golden Book Dictionary, and it has corn and a cow on one side and a cup and a daisy on the other side. So I wanted the corn and the daisy to show. Now this doesn't have anything to do with botanicals, but I've had this for a while and I just thought it's from a newer magazine, but it's pictures of their old magazines, Woman's Day, and so the images are vintage. And I had decided I wanted this in this book before I decided to go botanical with it, and then I decided to just let it stay in there, so I thought it was cute. So there's the daisy. And there's another flip up here with another egg circle and some more fibers and a tag. There's the other pocket made with the paper from the book, and another Kate Greenaway. Narcissus represents egotism, and if you're familiar with the story of Narcissus in mythology, then you'll understand that. It makes sense. Pilot logbook page. Another pocket here, and another Kate Greenaway page. Love those tulips. And then there's another image cut from a children's book, a lady and a boy, but they're standing by a garden. Looks like she's been cutting flowers. And another tag with a stamp on it. Oh, I didn't sign this. I glued this in and I didn't even sign it, so I will sign it. And then on the back it says uniquely handmade, limited edition. So I hope that you like this, and I'm going to make a book to put in my shop, and then I will get to work on this book for you. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another video. Bye-bye.